Yeah, I mean, for me today, her level was great, and I knew it was going to be great coming in, and I feel like I didn't play at the level that I needed to come out with the win today. But overall, I'm super proud of myself on this tournament, but I'm hungry for more, so maybe next year.
Okay, thank you. One question, so I can get to as many people as possible in the time that we're allotted. Willie?
Willie Weinbaum from ESPN. What thoughts do you have on what was lacking and what you think you need to improve on most?
I think I had a lot of unforced errors today. I think I had a couple balls where I could have finished the point, especially when she was coming to net. I missed a lot of passing shots when they were open. So I think I need to cut back on the unforced errors. Even that last game finished with 2 balls in the net. So I think I just need to cut back on that, especially when you're playing an aggressive player like Caroline. You can't make that many unforced errors.
Ava?
Ava Wallace from the Washington Post. Coco, what do you feel like you've learned about managing Grand Slams and managing kind of the weeks-long runs through this year?
Yeah, I think definitely I'm learning the schedule and trying to get out of the site as quickly as possible is pretty important because the days kind of run the same, to be honest. So I guess I'll take this experience, and I think for the most part what I learned is just to go for my shots, and I think that's what I've done the whole tournament. And then today I was going for them. They just weren't going in.
Okay, Matt?
Hey, Coco, Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Have you even had a minute or a quiet moment during the last, 9-10 days to sort of reflect on everything that was going on last week with Serena, with you having this run here, the packed crowds, and sort of what you were experiencing and how you might think of it and the impact that it had on people, not just in the stadium, but sort of in the broader culture?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, after the match, you usually just go back and enjoy the win, and then the next day you have to go back and get ready for the next one. But I think after this, I'll have some time to reflect. I don't have any tournaments for a while, so I'll try to reflect on the season as a whole.
Sandy?
Coco, Sandy Hall with Miami Herald. You've beaten her the 2 previous times that you played. Can you talk a little bit about how she was different tonight? I mean, it just seemed no matter what she tried, kept working.
Yeah, I think she had a lot of big shots, especially a couple like forehand down the lines, which I thought I was hitting some good deep balls. But I knew that because, she stands right on top of the baseline. And I think the previous times that I played her, I would say she's definitely striking the ball much better. So kudos to her and her team because I think she's gotten a lot better since the last time I played her. And I think overall, I think it was a good level by her. And I mean, like I said after the match, I said it was too good, and that's all you can do sometimes.
Okay, Reem?
Hi, Coco. Rima with LailierSport.com. Coco, just looking ahead a little bit today, the WTA announced that the WTA finals are going to Fort Worth, Texas, and you're well positioned in both singles and doubles. I'm just wondering what was your reaction to that, and how much are you looking forward to making your debut in the tournament?
Well, I'm super happy it's in the States, so I don't have to take a long trip anywhere. Yeah, I mean, if I qualify, it would be great. It's definitely on one of the goals for the rest of the season is to try to qualify for that. I'm definitely in a good position, but I'm happy that, the finals is in the U.S., and I get to play another home tournament. Pretty much the rest of my tournaments for the year will be in North America, so that's pretty nice not to have to take a long layover or long flights or layovers.
Tamani?
Tamani Cara from The Guardian. You said before that you're proud of your tournament. Just curious what exactly you're proud of. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's hard to balance being proud and being disappointed. So I think I'm learning more to not be so much disappointed in myself. So I think really I'm just proud of how I was able to come through this week. I mean, after everything that happened in Cincinnati, I didn't tell anyone, but I didn't think it was going to be that good of a tournament for me. So I think it was good how I was able to bounce back, and I really proved to myself mentally that I can, come out of these tough situations and do it. And, first quarterfinal too at the U.S. Open. So there's a lot to be proud of, but like I said, I'm definitely disappointed, but I think it makes me want to work even harder, and I feel like I know what I have to do.
Court?
Coco, congrats on a great tournament. Just in terms of the offensive pressure that Caroline kind of brings, it's a bit unique at the moment for you and your speed and your court coverage. How tricky is it? Like, can you give us an idea of what it's like to be on the other side of the net a bit?
Yeah, it's definitely tricky, especially when you're hitting good serves. I was hitting a couple on 120 and the serve return was coming back faster. And, usually you expect that to happen once or twice, but it was happening a lot with her today. So that's why I kind of had to slow down the serve, and I think that actually ended up working for me. But, with the bad start in the first set, it kind of got away from me. And then the second set, I was there. Like I said, made some unforced errors that I shouldn't have made. But with her, she's playing some great tennis, and I think playing matches like this will prepare me for the future.
Left side.
Hi, Coco. Darcy Main from ESPN.com. You mentioned this on the court the other day, but so often in majors, you're making deep runs in doubles as well. Obviously, you had an early exit there. Here, how do you think that affected you, and did that sort of change your day-to-day rhythm that you usually have at a Grand Slam?
Yes and no. I've gotten used to playing doubles and singles, to be honest, so it definitely did change, but I don't think it was a bad thing. It gave me especially in New York, I feel like the traffic and everything, it definitely saved me some time from being on the site. And also it's tough with the schedule when you're partner and you're on different days, because usually I have to wait for Jess to finish her singles and then play. So I think it saved me time. So although I was, pretty disappointed about the first round loss, it was nice to have some extra time, I guess, in the hotel. But then again, I don't know if I liked it, because it gave me more time to focus on singles, which is great, but you can't think about, for me, it doesn't work when I think about the tournament all the time, or at least the singles part of it. So I kind of wish that we won, but that's okay.
Howard.
Howard Fendrich with the Associated Press. Hi, Coco. You mentioned the slow start tonight. Did you feel going into the match and the warm-ups at the early going that you were going to be able to play well, or how much was it maybe your own play versus the way Caroline started?
I think it was all her. Today, the warm-up, I had probably one of the best warm-ups I had this tournament. I was striking the ball really clean. And when you play and you're playing someone off the bat and they're standing on top of the baseline and ripping balls, it's not easy. And she's a type of game that you kind of have to adjust to, because I feel like it's not hit or miss, because she definitely makes more, but it's just you're hitting a good serve, and sometimes you're not expecting the ball to come back as fast and deep as she was hitting it. So I think it's really about her level of play. So I don't really think I had too much of a slow start. Definitely in that first game, I probably could have held, but other than that, I think she played well, especially on her service games.
Okay. Lester.
Torre from the Griot. There's a lot of black people who look up to you the way you looked up to Serena. What is your message to the black kids who are looking up to you now?
For me, for any kid, but especially ones that look like me, I think for the most part, just continue to do what you want to do no matter what people say. I think for me, the Williams sisters definitely inspired me to play tennis, because I saw someone like me playing in a sport with not a lot of people looking like me. So I hope I can be that for other kids. And that's all I can say, really. Just continue to be our authentic self and don't try to feed into any stereotypes. Just be you.
Okay. Last question.
Hi, Sherry Taylor, New York Beacon. Just a question about the strategy. You mentioned she came into the net. It didn't really seem like you tried to lob it over her. You hit some low shots. Could you talk about that a little bit?
For me, like I said, I missed a lot of passing shots. It wasn't so much that, usually when you go to the net, you're not going to win all the net points unless the person's a bad volleyer, which she's not. We lost her in doubles in the French Open. So I'm not really a lobber, to be honest, only when I have to. But I had a lot of passing shots, and I just missed them, a couple on the line, even that. I remember which game, but it was her game point. I had a backhand down the line, and I missed it, and that's normally a shot I don't miss. So it's just things like that. I feel like today just wasn't my day, and it was her day, and she's playing really well. So, the lob, you just have to fill it out.